In this video, I want to talk about handstand alignment. I want to explain why some shapes are easier than others. There's three angles that we need to think about. It's very simple. There's the shoulder angle. That's whether your shoulders are here or whether they go straight or whether they can go further back. This is closed, straight and open. Most people are a little tight and their shoulders are not going to fully open. Some people are lucky and they can get it straight without too much work. And some people can go even further. They might be hypermobile, very flexible, or they've worked on it a lot. And their arms can go even further back, but that's more rare, okay? So, as well as the shoulder angle, there's the spine. The spine's either straight or it's in a back bend, or it might be actually crouched into a kind of tuck position, but that's more unusual for a handstand. Typically, people are going to be straight or they're going to be wanting to be in a back arch, okay? Now, the other angle is the hip. It can be back, it can be closed, or it can be straight. So I want you to think in terms of these three things. That's all that's going on. That's the only thing that's ever going on. There's just some combination of those three things, and that's what makes a handstand shape, basically. Now, here's the reason why some handstand shapes are easier than others. Because most people do have tight shoulders, and they're in this closed position, what that means is you're going to need your legs to hang over the top of your head in order to create a counterbalance, to counteract that shoulder angle. Now, that's why most yoga people, typically you'll see them doing a scorpion kind of shape with a foot hanging over the top. It allows them to have a bit of a back arch. It allows their tight shoulders to have a closed position, and that's going to feel more comfortable for people with tight shoulders. It's the same reason you see CrossFit people with their legs dangling over the top. Again, that's creating a counterbalance for those closed shoulders, and you see their chest is a little bit forward. And so the easiest shape that you can master or learn to balance a handstand is with one foot over the top or both feet over the top, some combination of that. The next most difficult thing is actually a straight handstand. A straight handstand is always limited by this angle. It's never the spine. Everybody's spine goes straight generally, in most cases. Everybody's legs can go straight, but this angle is the thing that becomes a limiting factor. One thing I will reassure you, that was my own experience, just the process of doing handstands and practicing handstands, this shoulder mobility will stretch into position. Even without actively stretching it, just by doing handstands, your shoulders will adapt in order to go there. So that's the good news. It will kind of happen on its own if you drill away at it. But you might want to do some extra stretching as well to get there. Now, the third most difficult shape, if your leg weight comes to the front of your body in a tuck, that's going to require even more open shoulders in order to counteract that shape. So, people with tight shoulders, their arms won't go there. And so for them, going into a tucked position, it just won't happen. It's nothing to do with willpower or effort or brute force or magic. It's just the center of gravity, and it's just the position that you can get your body weight into. The reason those shoulders need to go back is because the bum has to stick out to counterbalance the legs. And in order for the bum to stick out, there has to be an arch. And if you look at the shape, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. And so, what this means is, if you're a beginner, if you're starting out with a little bit tight shoulders, you're going to find it easier to let a foot hang over the top, or both feet hang over the top, and just allow that to counterbalance tight shoulders. That's your best bet. In fact, sometimes having the foot hanging over the top, it actually looks nice. It looks even prettier. It's a great shape, so there's nothing wrong with that at all. And then the straight handstand you can work towards, and then if you're lucky, if you've got that mobility, you can work towards the tuck. Very often weightlifters, powerlifters, bodybuilders, straight climbers, people that got a lot of muscle, a lot of tight shoulders, they cannot get to a tuck position because the shoulders won't go back to counteract it. It's not that they're not trying, it's not that they're not strong, it's not that they can't balance, it's just a simple centre of gravity issue. My name's Ben Lowry. Go and check out my other tutorials on circoplex.com. I hope to see you in a live workshop or a class sometime soon. Bye for now.